This video is not financial advice. I'm not a financial planner. I'm an entertainer. The one and only ape father in the house, baby. Wow! That's right, baby. Leave the gun, take the cannoli. Okay. I just wanted to kind of go over how this whole concept of the ape father is a racist started and how it was resolved and proven that I'm not. Okay, so what happened was this guy, Chad Clifford, he's been a consistent hater of the ape father since day one, since I first came on the scene. Like, I could make the most positive video about AMC and he would hate on it. He would hate on it. I once wrote even a song, I think, to my wife, a love song. He hated it. He hates everything. He said the piano was annoying to him. The guy's the biggest hater on earth. Everything bothers this guy. Everything. Okay. So, long story short, after months and months and months of hating on me, he texts me out of the blue because I provide my number to my ape family, my cell number. And he's like, now this was during the time, I think like AMC was $13 a share, like it was very low. He's like, hey, Richie, he doesn't call me ape father. Hey, Richie, how are you feeling? How are you doing? So I'm like shocked by this. This is a guy who hates on me like every day. He's texting me, asking me how I'm doing, right? So I'm like, how am I doing? I'm listening, of course. I mean, I'm upset over this corruption, this manipulation is a disgrace. It's an embarrassment in our country. I can't stand it, but I'm holding strong. He's like, that's what I want to hear. I'll see you at the moon. I'll see you at Pluto. Okay, then we continue talking. And he was like, you know, Richie, one thing I have to say, because, you know, we both agreed on this concept. Family is off limits, okay? You should not involve family. Now this is coming from his own mouth, his word. He says, I am a strong believer. Family is off limits. You should never involve family in any type of YouTube video dispute or meaning talking negative about them, okay? No negativity against family. Okay, not that he was saying, like if I wanted to make a positive video where, you know, me and my family are having fun and we're at Great Adventure or at a restaurant, I mean, he had no problem with that. But anyone negative, you know, attacking in a negative way, attacking my family or anyone's family in a negative way is wrong and bad. Okay, so here's the bottom line. Are you ready for the bottom line? I started seeing a big change in Chad Clifford ever since Tendy Time started, you know. So like Tendy Time starts making videos where, you know, he's talking about my father who passed away, about my father's will, about how I'm stealing the inheritance away from my children. And I start to notice that Chad Clifford has no problem with that. Like he's not saying anything. He's actually subscribing to Tendy Time and he's making positive comments on Tendy Time's videos. Like, great job, great video. I love it. I love it. So I'm like, man, that's really like, you know, like strange, you know. Then like I started seeing like Tendy Time continuing, you know, like my wife doesn't really have stage 4 breast cancer and that, you know, I opened up some sort of a fraud GoFundMe page that was really for my aunt because I was just trying to make money because my wife never had stage 4 breast cancer. And I once again see Chad Clifford, great video. I love it. Awesome. I love it. Everything. Okay. Then it continues. Then Chad Clifford starts making videos of his own. Saying, look, ape father, well, I'm sorry, he calls me Richie. He's like, look, Richie, I own my own house, unlike you who stole your mother's house, right? Threw her out in the street or threw her out in some hospice community. Now, this is, Chad Clifford is making these videos, okay? So I'm really pissed off, but here's where it finally got to the point where, like, you know, I've had it with this guy. I've had it, okay? So I got someone called, I'm assuming it's Tendy Time, okay? Someone called Child Protective Services on my family, claiming that me and my wife are abusive to our children. Now, I think you could all see how good we are to our children and how much they love us and what a wonderful, fulfilling life we give to them, okay? And that's exactly what the agent from the Child Protective Service saw. She saw we were a loving family. Okay, but that's when I drew the line. Because because once again, Chad Clifford never made any comments saying that was terrible, you shouldn't do this. You know, he's just a happy-go-lucky guy. Anyone who bashes me. So, and my family. So I admit, out of anger, I took a cheap shot at Chad. I took a cheap shot. It was a cheap shot. I said, you know what? You probably paid for your Asian wife, okay, to come into the country. You probably paid for her to get citizenship. Now let's talk about that, okay? After only one day, my wife spoke to me about it. She said, you should have said that. That was not right. I apologized, okay? I made a video in depth apologizing. I said his wife is beautiful inside and out. I said I have very good friends of mine Asian. I apologize. I said I was just angry. I took a cheap shot. I shouldn't have said that. Now, that blew up into this whole thing where Phil for Real went crazy, calling me a racist. This crazy lunatic guy, Ape Nation Will, starts making videos that he wants to come to my house, kill me, hurt my family, bring his brother. He wants to film it. And Chad Clifford has no problem with that either. You want to know how I know he has no problem with that? Because he subscribed. I saw it, okay? He subscribed to Ape Nation Will. He commented on the videos that he was making, threatening my family. Like, bro, man, preach the word, speak it, man. I love your content. So you have to just all try to understand before you judge me, okay? You have to judge Chad Clifford. You have to judge him because he's a man who's a hypocrite. He's a hypocrite. He's saying how family is off limits. You should never involve family. But to me, I think he's an advocate of YouTube is promoting family violence. Like he seems to be very fine and okay, subscribed to Ape Nation Will's channel. He 100% supports the fact that this guy wants to come to my house, hurt or kill my family. Chad Clifford thinks it's the greatest thing in the world. He subscribed to his channel, left very, very positive comments, has no problem with people calling and making false child protective service reports against my family. Has no problem with that. Okay, even Tendy Time claimed that I was harassing his 12-year-old daughter, which is a bunch of BS. I mean, this guy's been texting me from the same cell number for 7 months, causing a war within my family. And then Tendy Time decides to just give his phone now to his 12-year-old daughter. And the only message I got, I only texted him a couple of times, right? Because Tendy Time was threatening to hurt my family as well. He says he wanted to fight me. Yeah, he actually said he wants to use bare knuckles and fight me, right? Okay. So I said that Tendy Time was come to Jersey, and then I see these messages like, I have a 12-year-old daughter. Stop texting this number. So I did. I don't text that number no more. Okay, I don't text it no more. But the thing is, obviously that wasn't a 12-year-old girl because she would say, I'm 12 years old, right? She wouldn't say, I have a 12-year-old daughter. That was obviously Tendy Time or his wife responding, okay? So now since then, they filed a police report against me. I didn't say nothing bad in these text messages. They filed a police report that I'm harassing a 12-year-old girl. That means people are crazy. Chad Clifford has no problem with none of this. He has no problem with none of it. Chad Clifford welcomes it. He's hoping that more people threaten my family. He's hoping that more people threaten my wife. He's hoping that more people threaten my children because this is the type of person Chad Clifford is. He is a lowlife. He is a hypocrite. Well, but even though all of those things are true about him, that he is a complete piece of human garbage, I still apologize once again for what I said about your beautiful wife. I am not prejudiced. I never in my life have I been prejudiced. Okay, I'm a piano teacher. I would teach, like I told you, I would go to the worst neighborhoods in Brooklyn, the worst neighborhoods, and I would teach piano lessons with African-American families. I'm not trying to make any implications that African-Americans live in the worst neighborhoods because a lot are the most successful people. Look, Barack Obama, okay? I'm not prejudiced, okay? A lot of white people live in the worst neighborhoods in the world. Because I know every word I say, you're going to twist it and turn it. I'm just saying in this one particular case, it was an African-American family that I was teaching the piano to. And they loved me. And a matter of fact, I should even get them to vouch for me. I should do that. Okay. I should get them to vouch for me because they thought I was the greatest guy in the world. And you want to know what? The child at the time that I taught is now a professional musician. He does it for a living. That's how good I taught him. He became a professional piano player. He's a professional jazz piano player. Played, I think, everywhere. Lincoln Center, everywhere. Recognized by some of the greatest jazz musicians in the world. Okay, I'm not going to mention his name because I have to ask his permission first. But I should probably do that just to show you how unprejudiced, not prejudiced, not prejudiced. Okay, and like I said, I even talked about my own kind. Listen, there's good and there's bad in every race. Okay, I've met a lot of Italians that the world could do without. Okay, it's nothing about race. Okay, it's just there are good people in this world and there are bad people in this world. It has nothing to do with race. I apologize to Chad Clifford's wife, said she's beautiful inside and out. But you know what? I know that these haters will never let this go. Okay, they'll never let this go. And the true racists, in my opinion, like I said, are the people I mentioned the other day. Feel for real. And I even start to have my doubts a little bit with Frankie Mohammed. The only reason why, you want me to know why I have my doubts with Frankie? I'm going to tell you the reason why. Because if Frankie never made a video about me, kind of correcting me, you understand? Like if he never said to me, Rich, you really shouldn't speak to people this way. People could take it the wrong way. They could sue you. It's not right. He was telling me, it's not right, brother. It's not right to speak this way. But then he immediately makes a video with this guy, Ape Nation Will. And he's like loving him up. He's loving him up. Man, I love you, brother. I love your content. I love everything. This is the same guy who says he wants to come to my house and kill my family with his brother and record it. Okay. And I'm just, all I was saying, I don't know. I don't want Frankie Mohammed to get involved, but you would think with all the videos he made correcting me, he could have corrected him, right? He could have said, yo, man, that video you made on Ape Father saying you want to hurt or kill his family, man, that's just not right, man. You know what I mean? That's not right. And he didn't do it. He didn't do it. So it just leads me to believe he's a racist. That's it. Because why correct me on little things, not even big things I did, little things, and you're not going to correct that piece of shit scum